Hey guys, today we are not going to paint, but what we are going to do is we're going to plan on our painting for tomorrow. We're going to start tomorrow. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at a few examples of finished projects that are really good examples of what to do. So let's take a look here. So what we're focusing on right now are these shapes here. These are seemingly random shapes that we call organic shapes, okay? So organic shapes are shapes found in nature. Think about things that don't have a name. Things that do, like stars, squares, circles, rectangles, all those are inorganic shapes, okay? Organic shapes are shapes that we find in nature. Think about like when rain falls on your windshield. It's never gonna land in like the shape of a perfect star. If it did, that'd be crazy. It's never gonna land. Think about like a rock that you'd find outside. It'd be really difficult to find like a perfectly rectangular rock. That'd be freaky, right? So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be doing organic shapes on ours. And organic shapes are a blend of rounded edges and points. Okay, here's another example. This one uses mostly rounded edges. Here's one that uses like a flat edge and then brings it up to like a rounded edge. Okay, kind of brings it down to a point and then back down. So with these organic shapes, we're gonna plan out to use at least 3 of our corners. All right, so we're gonna use at least 3 of our corners. The reason we do that, and don't worry about the dots right now, but with our shapes, we want to use at least 3 of our corners because whenever we're doing this, I would say the majority of our project is unpainted white canvas, right? I would agree. So using your corners kind of tricks the viewer into thinking that there's more actually done on this than there actually is. So it looks to appear to be more complete than it actually is. All right, so when looking at these portraits, where would you say the focus of the piece is? What is the main focus of a portrait? Yeah, the face right here, the good stuff. So I call this the money maker. Don't want to touch the money maker, don't want to mess with that. That's the good stuff, right? So when we're doing our shapes, we can go on the head. You can go on the body, okay? But stay away from the face. The face is the good stuff. So we want to use at least 3 corners, okay? You can use all 4. This person used all 4. And you want to do a minimum of 3 shapes like this one. So 1, 2, 3 shapes. And a maximum of 5 shapes, okay? Maximum of 5 shapes. I've seen it done with 7 before. You want to do odd numbers, all right? 1 would obviously not be enough. I've seen it done with 7 before, but it looks very cluttered. So I think the sweet spot is 5. So I would highly recommend doing 5 shapes like this, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna plan out our shapes first. So let me go ahead and go to my drawing. So we're gonna need our character drawing, okay? And we're gonna need our canvas. I'm gonna put my canvas aside. We're gonna need that later, okay? So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take a pencil and I'm just gonna draw the shapes on my page. This is my plan. You wanna make sure that you have this, all right? Don't lose this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I always say you should start on an edge and end on an edge. So just like here, start on an edge, draw it down, end on an edge. Start on an edge, draw it around, end on an edge, okay? I do wanna show you guys this one real quick. Start on an edge, end on an edge, but make sure that you're drawing big enough. So if I'm gonna draw right on this canvas, I would have drawn it out like this a little bit and then brought it around and ended on down here to fill out that space a little bit more. And then this one here, this random floating shape, don't do random floating shapes. Instead, I drew this on earlier. I would have kind of brought it to the edge like that, okay? So no floating shapes, use your edges. Always have your shape kind of go off the edge of the painting. All right, so I'm gonna start here on my person. I'm gonna kind of start up here. I'm gonna go around. Let's go to a point and let's bring it down and around like that. I like that. All right, this one, let's go around, point, around, off the edge. I'm gonna do a shape here, and then I'm gonna plan to do 2 more on my corners. So I'm gonna start on the edge here, line it up, point. You can go onto the face, remember, just not on the eyes, nose, and mouth area. There we go. And then I'm gonna start on the edge here. I'm gonna kind of just keep this one rounded. And then same thing over here. I'm gonna start on the edge. I'm gonna bring it onto the face a little bit, bring it around. Just go point and bring it around, and there. That'll be interesting. I like that. Okay, after you have this drawn on here, you need to decide which colors you're gonna use, all right? And I'll throw up the color wheel here, okay? So you need to use a color group of 3 for your final painting. So you're gonna do either, we already have gone over this 100 times, I feel like. So color groups of 3, primary colors, red, yellow, blue, okay? Secondary colors, orange, green, and purple. Warm colors, red, orange, and yellow. Cool colors, green, blue, purple. And then analogous colors, any 3 in a row around the color wheel. So we got like orange, yellow, green. We got blue, purple, red. Okay, any 3 in a row. And then also remember this, if we want to use pink, if you want to use pink, we talked about this, we made this color yesterday. It's a light red, remember? So red plus white is pink. All right, so if you want to use pink, just pick a color group that has red. So if you wanted to do like pink, purple, and blue, you could do that because red, purple, and blue are analogous colors. Okay, so I've got this line figured out. So now I'm gonna figure out where I want these colors. I'm gonna do like pink, purple, and blue. I think those look great. So I'm gonna do pink. I'm gonna just write the letter on my drawing. Okay, pink, purple, let's do P-U-R. And then blue, B works. Okay, so the only thing now I wanna make sure is I don't have 2 pinks next to each other when I'm planning. So I'm gonna put another pink across over here. And then I'm gonna make this one purple also. Okay, so now I've got pink, purple, blue, pink, purple. All right, so what I need to do now is now I'm gonna bring my canvas back. Okay, now I'm gonna bring back my canvas. All right, and I wanna do the shapes only. Okay, I'm only gonna do the shapes, not the labels. So I'm gonna line it up. I'm going to lightly, I would prefer using a sharp pencil on your canvas because a sharper pencil is going to make a lighter mark, and we are going to have to paint over these, okay? So sharp pencil, just try to plan it looking kind of like I did it on here, like that. There's that one. Point, bring it back around like that. This one, onto the face, down, around, up, and down. This one's more of just like a straight bump. Bump. There we go. And then the last one right here starts about here, goes around onto the face, curves onto the neck, around, back, around, down. Okay, so there we go. So I've got my shapes drawn on here, exactly like my plan. On the canvas, don't do the letters. No letters on the canvas, okay? Leave those for your paper, okay? Because remember, we're gonna end up painting over this. You wanna keep your paper because we're gonna end up painting over this. And if I forget what this looks like because I cover it with paint, remember, we always add the Sharpie line back. So she covered this part of her person with paint, she covered this part with paint, and we'll always put Sharpie back on top, okay? So that is all we're gonna be doing today. Tomorrow, we're going to start the actual painting process, but we have to be at least this far before we can start painting. All right, see ya.